Hi and welcome to another gaming video, and in this video I want to say goodbye to the 3DS. A few months ago I sold my original 3DS. I sold it to my son actually, so it's still about, but it's not mine. And I sold it in favour of buying a 3DS with larger screen, so it was either going to be a 3DS XL or a new 3DS XL, and I found a new 3DS XL quite cheap and bought it, and I've owned it less than 2 months, and for half that time it has been sitting on my shelf. And I'm not going to sit here and say that the 3DS is a horrible console. It is a great console, but it really didn't ignite me like I thought it was going to. Like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of the DS, and I think a lot of the reason that myself and a lot of people bought the 3DS was for its backward compatibility. That was a huge bonus. Had the 3DS range not been backward compatible, then I think it would have sold a lot less, and a lot of people wouldn't have been interested in it. It was a huge selling point. You could buy this brand new console and still play all of your old cartridges. A big win for Nintendo there. But I sat and looked at the games that I used my 3DS for, and aside from Mario games, Zelda, Pokemon, Kirby and any other kind of Nintendo franchises, you can get those games on other systems. So I'm a big fan of my PlayStation Vita, and I looked at the games that, well, obviously the non-Nintendo games that were available on both the 3DS and the Vita, and about 80% of them were on my Vita. Most of the games that I like to play on my 3DS are available on my Vita, and no offense to the 3DS, but the Vita is a far more powerful, far better looking graphics, a lot easier to play. And I have to say, like I said, for about 4 weeks my 3DS has been sitting on the shelf. Every time I get a bit of game time, it would be my Vita that came out. And if I did play any games on my 3DS, they were DS games. So why would I need a 3DS, and especially like a new 3DS XL, very expensive console? The prices of 3DS consoles are still rising. Why would I need to keep hold of a system that was worth an awful lot of money and didn't really ignite me, and I wasn't going to use at all? I'm not going to say that I won't miss it, but I won't miss... Well, there aren't any games on there, with the exception of Super Mario 3D Land, which is the only game that I can't play on different systems, and I will miss. Every other game, like I said, is either on a DS or on my Vita. So 3 games that I'm really into at the minute is Kirby Mass Attack, well, that is a DS game, and Retro City Rampage and Hawaii Shakedown, which are both available on the Vita. And in all fairness, both those games play and look better on the Vita. So I made the decision that I wasn't going to keep my 3DS, and I hadn't had it very long, about 8 weeks, but it just sort of sat there most of the time. And it's a lovely console. If you're into the 3DS platform, then I highly recommend it. Either a new 3DS or a new 3DS XL. I wasn't a big fan of the new 2DS XL because I did like the 3D feature, and I felt that the new 2DS XL was a bit flimsy and just a bit cheap feeling. So that is it. I am now no longer an owner of the 3DS. I've got no 3DS games. Like I said, the only games that I do play would be for the DS. So I decided that I was going to pick up just a DS Lite to play DS games on. Absolutely phenomenal console, easy to travel with, super battery life, and it's fantastic. But I am out of the 3DS market, and it wasn't an easy task. The 3DS range is selling for an absolute fortune, and the new 3DS XL, being the top end 3DS, it does sell for a lot of money. So I removed all of the things I'd put on there. I left custom firmware on because it's a bit of a chore to take off, and I put it up for sale, and it sold very quickly. My favourite go-to console on the Nintendo side a few months ago was my DSi LL, which is my Japanese DSi XL, and if I wanted to play DS games on a bigger screen, then that would have been the console I would have kept. But all of the XL consoles, I mean, they've got XL screens, so that is a bonus, but they're too big. They're too big to be travel consoles. So the DSi XL The 3DS XL, the new 3DS XL, they're great consoles, but they're just too big. So something like the DS Lite is far more portable, far more pocketable, and really you cannot go wrong with this. This is the sort of console you don't even need to take a charger with you, because it's got battery life for days, and it is super pocketable and super durable and super cheap. So you can pick these up for about £10-15, depending on the condition. This one is in fantastic condition. The hinge still works and everything is lovely on it, and it didn't really cost me a lot. And yeah, so I'm not going to miss the 3DS. I don't own a 3DS. My two main go-to consoles now are my DS Lite and my PS Vita. Obviously the Vita is a far more capable console than the DS Lite. They're not even in the same sort of generation. DS Lite would be PSP era, whereas the 3DS is the PS Vita era. So they're not in the same league, but even then the DS Lite is a completely different kettle of fish. You've got your Mario games and your Kirby games, and you've got all those touch games, like you've got your Nintendogs, and it's a different market. They tried to go for more, well, less of a games console. Well, not less of a games console, but a games console as well as other things. So the whole touch thing really exploded with the DS Lite, and I'm very happy with that. So I am out of the 3DS market, and I do not miss it. So make what you will of that. I've still got a Nintendo console. I am at some point looking to up to a Switch Lite, but the DS Lite's going to be my travel console. And yeah, so goodbye 3DS and all that came with it. It's been fun, but not that much fun. Link, like, subscribe, enjoy. So I thought I might just add this on the end of this video. Obviously I now sold my new 3DS XL. I don't own a 3DS anymore, but due to the way that I shoot videos and then I upload them in random order, different order to what I've actually shot them, you will still see some 3DS videos on my channel. So I hope you enjoy them. That will be the last of them. So yeah, enjoy.